Is x plus 2 a factor of the function? Please draw a little arrow here. When it says is x plus 2 a factor of this function, what it means, watch, I'm going to go x plus 2 equals 0. So I have to subtract 2 to get x isolated. What this means is x equal negative 2 and x-intercept. Is x equal negative 2 and x-intercept? So we have to show this by justifying your answer algebraically. Did everybody hear that? You have to show your work. But to start with, I'm going to show you how to cheat. Is everybody ready? Grab your graphing calculator, do second plus 712. Without showing math to justify your answer, even if you have the right answer, you're going to get 0 points. So it's more important that you know how to do the math. But here's how you can check if you did it right. Go x to the third plus 6x squared minus x minus 30. So I typed in the function. I'm going to graph it, and I'm going to see is negative 2 an x-intercept. So is negative 2 an x-intercept? Does this go through the x-axis at negative 2? Nope, but here's another way we can show. Go second trace value, type in negative 2, and we want the y to equal 0. Does y equal 0? So first of all, let's write no. I know that my math has to equal an answer of no. How do we do this? Right, there's two ways to do it. I'm going to show long division to start with, and I will show synthetic afterwards. So let's start with x plus 2. Then we have x cubed plus 6x squared minus x minus 30. Underline the x and underline the x cubed. X times what quantity would give you x cubed? X squared. So we see 4 columns here. I have to go in the x squared column and write an x squared. Now I'm going to multiply. X squared times positive 2 is 2x squared. X squared times x is x cubed. The next step is to go to your second line and you change the signs. Now you combine downward. Underline again. X times what is 4x squared? 4x, so find the x column. So we're going to go plus 4x and multiply. 4x times 2 is 8x. 4x times x is 4x squared. Change the signs at the second level and add down. Negative 1x and negative 8x is negative 9x. Bring down the last number. X times what is negative 9x? Negative 9. Put it in the right column with the constants. And now multiply negative 9 times 2 and negative 9 times x. Change the signs and add down. And here's how I know that x plus 2 is not a factor. This is how I'm justifying my answer. How do I know this is not a factor? I just tried to divide x plus 2 into this polynomial, and my final answer was not 0. Okay, I do want to show you one alternative way to do that. So if you have room, find room somewhere. It's not going to take up a lot of space. Because this number is degree 1 and the leading coefficient is 1, I get to do a shorter way. 1, 6, negative 1, negative 30. X cubed, x squared, x, and a constant. Okay, watching the video, you learned that I would put a negative 2 out front. Okay, you set this equal to 0 and solve. This is an alternative method. If this makes sense to you, you can use this method. Here's an alternative way to do it. Bring down the first time you use mama method. Okay, that's what I call it. Synthetic division is the real term. So we multiply first and add down. Multiply and add down. Multiply and add down. And in both cases, does everybody see what the remainder is in both cases? Because that remainder is not 0, it proves to me that x plus 2 is not a factor. That means that means negative 2 is not an x-intercept of this function.